Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to all in Islam and Moral Education class. This is Hasan Yahya, lecturer, Department of Islamic Studies, Milestone College. Dear students, I'd like to request all of you to recite Durood Sharif. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad an-Nabiyyi al-Ummiyyi wa alihi wa sallim. Okay, my dear students, this is our revision class. Just tomorrow your exam will start, so that's why I'm not interested to give you new lesson. What actually in our online midterm evaluation test exam that syllabus, I want to revise that syllabus. Just want to give you review and which chapter, which lesson, which is very important for you. That's why I'm here and you're instructed to follow this class. At first, I would like to tell you the syllabus of our half year syllabus of our online midterm evaluation test, and our exam will be held and 15 July. Our exam will be held and 15 July, and you have to write 2 CQ. You will get 3 CQ, 3 creative questions. You have to write 2 CQ, and you have to attend in Google Docs exam, Google Forms exam. Their MCQ will get 30 MCQ. Out of 30, you have to give answer 30 MCQ, and creative questions I have to write 2 CQ among 3 CQ. Okay, your syllabus is lesson chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. There are 4 chapters in your syllabus. Chapter 1 lesson 6 to 10. Chapter 1 lesson 6 to 10. Then chapter 2 lesson 6, 7, and 11, 12, 13. Lesson 6, 7, 11, 12, and 13. Then chapter 3 lesson 1 to 4, and chapter 4 lesson 1 to 5. Chapter 4 lesson 1 to 5. These are our online evaluation test syllabus. First of all, I would like to discuss on Sawm and Zakat. Already I discussed last class, and all chapters we have completed, all lessons also we have completed. Those you have to attend in exam, your syllabus, and also revise also. But today I discuss all lessons, but 2 lessons I discuss little bit more. That means everything I will try to discuss everything. Sawm and Zakat. Okay. And Sawm is an Arabic word. Sawm from when in just we pass the month of Ramadan. During month of Ramadan, or if you want to fast, then you can't take any food, you can't take any water, or you have to avoid their condition. Then it will be fast, otherwise not. And if you avoid from all kinds of water or eat or something, but you can maintain some regulations or instruction of Islam, that it's not fasting. So, and there are moral lessons of Sawm and religious importance of Sawm, and there is some importance of Sawm. If we fast, if we fast, then we can realize, we can observe the pain of poor people. Then just some people in our society, they are rich man. Every time they can get everything, but those are poor people. They can't get everything, always the proper food or eat. So fasting or roja teaches us how to realize the pain of the poor people. And to attain taqwa, Sawm is very important. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, "Kutiba alaykum siyam kama kutiba ala alladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun." I gave you some way you can attain taqwa. For attain taqwa, Sawm is very important. So religious importance and social, both sides, Sawm is very important, and there are a lot of points also. And I gave you previous classes all points. So I'm not interested to this class the specific points. It will take a long time for finish the class. So you have to give that attention. There are some ayats in the sound lesson. If you write, or if you read, or if you memorize properly, then it will be very helpful for you. I believe that. And there are famous hadith, Bukhari and Muslim Sharif, as-siyamu junnah. Sawm is as if a shield, and Sawm protect us, some protect you, some protect everybody from all kinds of bad work, bad sin, everything. So this is very important. In Salat, Zakat, Hajj, Iman, these the you can show yourself to other people, but only one Ibadat is Sawm. You can't show other people it's a totally matter of taqwa. You can tell your people that I'm fasting, but you can't fast. You can go to your room, then you can drink water, you can take food. But this is the difference between the ibadah, between Sawm and other ibadah. So that's why Sawm is very important, and its religious importance is very important. And when we can create relationship by Sawm in during month of Ramadan, we can invite the other people in during iftar. This time, this Ramadan we didn't do that because of coronavirus, but other time we do. So, my dear students, it's very important to give importance to Sawm, and religious importance. There is some importance, also social. There is some importance. We can attain taqwa. We can realize that poor people, their pain, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say there in the Holy Quran, the man Sawm Ramadan, there is not ayat. This is the Hadith Sharif. There is a ayat about I gave you Sawm, you can attain taqwa, and another Hadith. Prophet Muhammad said, "Man Sawm Ramadan iman wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi." Allah the Most High forgives all the past sins of a person who observes fast by checking faith and home and reward from Allah. This hadith has been taken from Bukhari. That means if any people perform Sawm properly, not just I'm fasting, I take sari, then I can again take iftar during iftar time. I can't realize the proper lesson of fasting. It's not Sawm. If you fast properly, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive your all sins previously. So that is the main theme of Sawm. Okay, my dear students, next I'd like to discuss on lesson 4, Zakat. Lesson 4, Zakat. Zakat means, what is the meaning of Zakat? Zakat is the bridge of Islam. Zakat is the cleanliness, purity. Zakat means purity, cleanliness. And that is the meaning of zakat, the meaning of opposite verb. Zakat qantaratul Islam. It is said that zakatu qantaratul Islam. Zakat is the breed of Islam. Where it said in Hadith Sharif. The name of that book by Haki Sharif. Zakatu qantaratul Islam. Zakat is the breed of Islam. Allah subhanahu said in the lot of places in the Holy Quran, establish your prayer, you pay zakat. Establish your prayer, you pay zakat. During our Prophet Muhammad when he after his integral time, when our first Caliph Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala, he took the responsibility of Muslim Ummah. That time some people, they denied to pay zakat. Then Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala declared the open word against those they denied to giving zakat. So zakat is very important. Allah subhanahu said, "Waqim salata wa zakat." Establish your prayer and you pay your zakat. Establish your prayer and you pay your zakat. Surah Nur, ayat 56. And there are a lot of importance of zakat in the social importance, also religious importance. Zakat makes a economic development, the balance. Zakat makes the balance of our economic environment, and zakat makes the relationship between rich man and poor man. A country can develop by zakat. Our country, Bangladesh can also improve by zakat. But we have to ensure that all people, they pay zakat properly. It's not like that. I'm buying something there, 300 sharis I'm buying, then I will distribute to the poor people, like one shari, one lungi, one shari, one lungi. This is not perfect system of zakat. Zakat is if you make a people and healthy means own self, and what can I say? If you just you think that you distribute 10,000 or 50,000 money in this year to zakat, and if you give 500 people or 100 people this 50,000, this is not proper. If you give just 10 people or 5 people to give zakat, then they, after 3 or 4 years, they will able to give zakat. And you have to give them zakat this proper way. If you maintain the proper way, then it will be proper ibadat, otherwise not. So my dear students, zakat is very important. And if we don't perform zakat, if we don't pay zakat, then in final judgment day, our asset, our wealth, our everything, they will bite us. They will remove forward as a snack. You will snack. They will bite us. So, dear students, this is very important. I would like to request all of you. So those you are able to give zakat, please try to give zakat. And there ayat also, khuz bin amwalim sadaqatan tutahhiruhum wa tuzakkihim biha. You take sadaqah from their material presence. So if you will purify and refine them. Surah Tabu, ayat 103. Zakat is not property of just rich men. Those we have property, you have property, we have assets. This is the rights of those are poor people. So my dear students, I'd like to request all of you, please do, those who have no clear idea or clear concept of zakat, please you can watch our class zakat, specific class of zakat. You can watch that. I try to discuss in all chapter or lessons. Also, I would like to discuss or I want to give a review or about chapter 1, lesson 6 to 10. Chapter 1, everybody open your book and you can just overview your syllabus. And all classes we have completed, and you got all classes. If you have any description details, you can go to this video link in this channel. You will get the link of our previous classes. Then you can watch our previous class. If you have any problem, you can watch this class. Okay, our lesson 6, Kufr, disbelief, and lesson 6, you know what is the meaning of kufr, what is the definition of kufr, and how a man will become a kufr, and consequence and demerits of kufr, and these are primary thing of kufr. If you read this thing, I think it's enough for you. Then lesson 7, shirk. Allah SWT will forgive everything, but Allah SWT will not forgive the sins of shirk. In the shirk al-zulmul there is a verily shirk is strength or ending. So my dear, what is the meaning of shirk, and there are the points of evils of shirk and its remedies, and 4 exams of shirk. There just you have to review this thing, kufr and shirk. Then the lesson 8 is nifaq, hypocrisy. There are 3 symbols of munafiq. And when a speaks a tell a lie, when a promise breaks and when something to keep in courtesy. That means keeping a promise, he breaks a keeping promise and telling lie, and when he speak and telling lie, and especially when anybody keeps amanat, he do khiyana. And bad effects of nifaq, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, munafiqina fi darkil asfal, when the munafiqs will stay in the lower place of the Jahannam. That's why munafiq activities is very bad, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala don't like it, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Islamic Shariat does not allow this kind of activities. And there's lesson 6, 7, 8, and now the lesson 9, Risalah. What is lesson 9 is Risalah, introduction, the importance of belief to Risalah, messengership, the purpose of sending Nabi Rasul and Prophet and messengers, qualities of prophets and messengers, and the chain of prophethood, that in Khatm Nubuwwat, the last prophet, why the Khatm Nubuwwat is important, what do you understand by Khatm Nubuwwat. This type of question you will get. Just I am giving the your syllabus, nothing else, nothing new thing. And Prophet said that I am the last prophet, now prophet will come after me. And that is the lesson 9. And lesson 10, Risalat Nubuwwat for expanding and moral values. I told you earlier and previous classes, that's why if you want to do anything, you have to need example. So for expanding our moral values, Risalat and Nubuwwat is very important. All prophets, all messengers came this world to invite the people to Islamic Allah and Islamic Shariat. So that's why, my dear students, these are the chapter 1. Now I would like to request all of you to chapter 2, lesson 6, 7. That means 2 surahs, and then 11, 12, 13. Everybody go to chapter 2, lesson 6 and 7. I discussed 2 times and 2 classes we have about surahs. And everybody go to second chapter, lesson 6. Everybody go to second chapter. Which chapter? Second chapter. Lesson number 6 and lesson 7. Everybody. Okay, my dear students. First we have lesson 6. Lesson 6 and lesson 7. Lesson 6 is Surah Shams and lesson 7 is Surah Doha. And for these 2 surahs you have I think you have very clear concept about these two surahs, Surah Shams and Surah At Doha. So I think no need to discussion more in this surah, because I took a live class and I gave you 2 video classes about Surah Shams and Surah Doha. So that's why. And what is the serial number of Surah Shams, Surah Doha, Shaman Nuzul, and which word and how many ayats, and what is the main teaching of 2 surah, Surah Shams and Surah Doha. These are the main theme of this lesson 6 and lesson 7. Okay, now come to lesson 11, 12 and 13. There are second source of Shariat, Sunnah, and first Hadith and second Hadith. That means lesson 11, lesson 12 and lesson 13. And all these depend on Niyat, and there are 5 pillars of Islam. There are 2 Hadith, and second source of Shariat is Sunnah. That is very important. And Sunnah, what is the meaning of Sunnah, what is the meaning of Hadith, how many according to Matan, how many kinds of Hadith, according to Sanad, how many kinds of Hadith. There are 6 authentic books of Hadith. These are the lesson chapter 2, lesson 6, 7 and lesson 11, 12 and 13. Okay, now go to chapter 3, lesson 1 to 4. This chapter 3, lesson 1 to 4. And you know, if you watch this class, and what actually you are getting the idea of our syllabus. You are getting the idea of our syllabus, from where you can get the question and how you have to write. Okay, the Ibadat. Chapter 3, first lesson 1, Ibadat, then Salat, then Sawm, then Zakat. Every class I discussed the details in, and all classes links you will get in this video description. Ibadat, Allah subhanahu said, I have created man and jinn only for my worship. And then Hakullah and Hakul Ibad, there are 2 kinds of Ibadat. And a Muslim has 6 rights to another Muslim, and a man has another man. There are 8 rights. These are the primary Ibadat. And Salat, Salat is the nur for the performing Salat, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the final judgment day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will take the first accountability of Salat. And Salat is an Arabic word. The first synonym is namaz. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said this is the social importance of Salat, religious importance of Salat. These points I gave you earlier, and you have to check that. Then Sawm. Sawm is break, and Sawm is Arabic word. The first synonym is Roja. Also, because of Sawm we can gather the taqwa, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Holy Quran, Kutiba alaykum siyam kama kutiba ala ladhina min qablikum la'allakum tattaqun. And Roja is for me, and I will give you reward. So these are the Sawm. Then Zakat. Zakat of Islam. Zakat is the bridge of Islam. Walking Salat or the Zakat. That's why I'm giving the syllabus, nothing. And just I'm discussing the short discussion on syllabus. Okay, there are the your chapter 3, lesson 1 to 4. Ibadat, Salat, Sawm, Zakat. Okay, now go to chapter 4, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chapter 4. You go to chapter 4. Already we discussed chapter 1, chapter 2 and chapter 3. In chapter 4, lesson 1, Akhlaq. And Akhlaq Hamida, Akhlaq Zamima, we didn't discuss. And Akhlaq Hamida, what is Akhlaq Hamida? Importance of Akhlaq Hamida, importance of good character. Then listen to Taqwa, Then lesson 3, keeping promise, and lesson 4, truthfulness. And what is the, when you get the question, when you try to read the lesson, at first you have to write the headline. What is the meaning of taqwa? What is the meaning of truthfulness? What is the meaning of akhlaq? And how many kinds of akhlaq? The religious importance of taqwa, social importance of, and more. This in this class you can follow those you got previous. And that's all from my side about the syllabus. Again, I am giving the syllabus. Your exam will be held 15 July, and your syllabus is chapter 1, lesson 6 to 10. Then chapter 2, lesson 6, 7, and 11, 12, 13. Then chapter 3, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4. And chapter 4, lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are your instruction for your exam, and hope you will take preparation carefully, and you will do better in your exam. Thank you so much. May Allah bless us all. Thank you. And if you have any query, you can ask me here. And thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.